if I can be honest with you, we're kind of struggling to find the shining light in the budget for anything to do with Geelong and the Surf Coast. Can you shed some light on that for us, please? What's the big thing?
Very happy to do that. I mean, of course. Yeah.
The Bay Morning Crew with Mark and Millie.
It is a special day here at Bay 93.9, though. We have got a very special guest.
We have indeed. I saw him on the television last night paying his respects at Shane Warne's memorial. The Prime Minister of Australia, Scott Morrison, joins us. Good morning, Prime Minister.
Good morning, Millie. Good morning, Mark. Back now in Canberra. We got back in late last night. It was a very, very special night for all Australia, in fact, around the world. But I think most importantly for Jackson, Brooke and Summer, and of course Keith and Bridget, Shane's parents, and his brother Jason. I hope they really felt the love of Australia last night.
It was really well done. How did you feel, Prime Minister, when the kids started talking? It was just heartfelt, wasn't it?
I was trying to keep it together, frankly.
Yeah.
Really trying to keep it together, I think, like everybody. But what an amazing tribute from three kids to their dad.
Oh.
And it was, I was a dad myself with two girls. You know, it just inspires you to be a better dad.
And some of the stories, Prime Minister, that the ex-players and his friends told, were you having a laugh as well?
Oh, absolutely. It was. They were terrific, and Merv. What's the one word, Bogan? It just brought the whole place down. And Sam Newman was hilarious.
He was too.
Absolutely in fine form.
Prime Minister, obviously the federal budget's been released. If I can be honest with you, we're kind of struggling to find the shining light in the budget for anything to do with Geelong and the Surf Coast. Can you shed some light on that for us, please? What's the big thing?
Very happy to do that. I mean, of course, 300,000 vehicles down there, and halving of the tax on petrol is going to make a big difference when it comes to people living around Geelong. And Steph Asher who's our candidate there, a Liberal candidate in Corangamite, has been making that very, very clear to us. But of course, we're delivering the Geelong City deal. That's $500 million. The tourism, Great Ocean Road, the Geelong Convention Centre, the ferry terminal at Queenscliff, and importantly, there's 10,000 places in regional Australia for our home guarantee scheme. Now, I've met plenty of people down around Geelong who've benefited from that scheme already, and we've doubled that scheme. That's saving people around up to 8 years on buying a home. And our program also particularly goes to single parents, where they only have to get a 2% deposit. We're getting single mums in particular, often having fled the most awful of situations, their kids living from rented place to rented place. We're getting them into homes. Over 300,000 Australians have directly been assisted into buying a home in just the last 3 years with the policies we put in place. We don't put taxes up on housing, and what we do is we help people save for that deposit by making it more achievable so they can get in to their first home. But there's also a program in there called the $2 billion Regional Accelerator. And so what that is we take existing programs like our apprenticeship program, and which is, we've got more trade apprentices in trading now than at any time since records began back in 1963. There's 220,000 of them. And what this does is boosts those programs in the region specifically. And that means down there, in Corangamite, in the seat of Corangamite, and round Geelong. And Steph Asher, I know, is going to be able to, if she's successful at the election, to really drive that into the businesses that are there, who are taking on employees, building up the skills. So whether it's paying less for your petrol, ensuring that you're paying less tax when you put your tax return in on the 1st of July, important infrastructure in the region, like the Great Ocean Road, which drives so much of the tourism revenue for the region. We're investing in all of this, and of course, the investments we've made in recent years. I mean, faster rail, that's where we started. Now, we're only getting to doing it with the other states now, and I know the Warn Ponds line, the contract has been put in place. Now, they're things we're doing together with the Victorian government. So we're just keeping delivering.
Prime Minister, thank you. I know Corangamite is one of the most marginal seats in the country, so you'd be really keen to shore that up and do all you can for it. Can I ask, there's been a bit of speculation on the election date for our humble little breakfast show here in Geelong. Can you give us an exclusive on the date? Can you announce that now? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
May.
No, finish your sentence.
In a day that it ends in Y.
How very dare you, Prime Minister.
No, it's not too far away, in all seriousness. You get elected for 3 years, and I've always been someone who says you don't muck around with that.
Yep.
They've asked you to do a job for 3 years, you go and do the job for 3 years, and you come back and tell them, what you got done in that period of time, and we have the strongest economies in the world coming out of the pandemic, saved 40,000 lives, and at the same time we've seen small businesses, apprentices and schools, we're getting on with the infrastructure. And on Tuesday night, Treasurer Josh Frydenberg set out his and our government's plan for where we're going next in driving our economy, because without a strong economy, you don't have a stronger future. You can say all you like about doing any number of things, but if you can't manage the economy, if you can't manage the nation's finances, then you can't deliver on any of those things. So tonight, Anthony Albanese, he has to give his alternative budget. He hasn't had much to say. It's coming pretty close to the line now, and people deserve to know what he's going to do before the election, not after.
Now, Prime Minister, I'm imagining you're very, very busy at the moment. We know you're a busy man, but at night you've finished your day. I'm visions of you in your lazy boy recliner with your ukulele. What are you learning at the moment? This was in the press a few months ago with April Sun in Cuba. Are you still playing? Where are you up to with it?
Look, I give Kaysan a bit of a go.
Really?
Oh.
Have you got it there? Give us.
And no, I don't have it here.
Shame.
It stays up at home in Sydney. But I'm a person who I go to church and all that. And I like to play a lot of the worship songs that we do at church.
Yeah.
And I find that on a Sunday often a nice thing to do, just a private thing.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Can we put in a request for next time we speak Monkey Wrench by the Foo Fighters?
I'll give it a go.
All right.
I'll give it a go.
Why not?
It'll be on those tab lists you can get on the internet. I taught myself to play on the internet. So
Oh my gosh.
There you go, guitar tabs. If you get the premium one, it actually scrolls for you as well. You don't have to. You know. There you go.
And I do it because she's learning to play the guitar.
Oh, great.
And that's one of the reasons I do it is I play it with her, and we have a lot of fun doing it together. So, I know people have. You guys have been very kind this morning. Others get a bit more narky and sneaky about it and dag. But look, it's stuff you do in your family. They wanted to know what I do with my kids and my family, and that's what I do. So I'm not pretending to be anyone else.
No, that's good, and we appreciate that. We really do.
One other question, Prime Minister, and this might seem a little bit of a silly one, but we were talking about a bit earlier this morning about Granny Smith apples and how bitter they are. Do you eat Granny Smith apples straight out of the fruit bowl?
No, I don't. I mean, Jenny would always say I need to eat more fruit. I'm one of those blokes. I should eat more of it, but I don't. No, that's. I mean, she does. She really loves the Granny Smiths.
All right, it's been a pleasure to talk to you this morning, Prime Minister. Thanks for giving us your time. And Geelong and the Surf Coast, we look forward to what you can bring to our region. Election in May, we couldn't weasel that out of you. Well done.
Not far now.
Not far now. And we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.
Thanks, Millie. Thanks, Mark. All the best. Bye-bye.
The Bay Morning Crew with Mark and Millie.